Welcome to Hot Tees and the Center for T-Shirt Excellence, where we make your t-shirt dreams a reality. Normally, we would bring our custom apparel experience to you, but since we can't be on site today, we have created an online store that will be available for the next 5 days. Every shirt is made right here in our shop in Harrisburg, Oregon. Let me show you some of the options that we have. This tie-dye I'm wearing is one of my personal favorites, but wait, it's missing something. That's better. And if tie-dye isn't your style, we have a variety of other options. And we even have jackets and hats. Some say what we do is a little bit of magic, but to us, it is just part of a normal day. We hope you will shop with us online at hotteesapparel.com/Mount Hood Jazz.
What began in a small workshop in the Sellwood area of Portland over 75 years ago has now grown into the largest piano dealership in North America. For 4 generations, one Portland family has been honored to serve the piano needs of musicians, schools, institutions, artists, and music lovers throughout the Pacific Northwest and beyond. This is the evolving story of classic pianos, and the story of the Eunice family, a family steeped in the love of pianos. It all began when Maurice T. Schuster, a violinist with the Portland Symphony and piano technician, opened a small piano shop that specialized in tuning, servicing, and restoring vintage pianos. Within a short time, his reputation as a master piano technician was well established and the business grew steadily. The growth continued, culminating with bringing his grandson, Maurice Eunice, into the business in the 1970s, nurturing, coaching, and cultivating Maurice's love of pianos and piano restoration. After his grandfather's passing, Maurice continued in the piano business, eventually opening and growing a successful piano retail showroom in Portland, and then selling that business to a large national chain. In the early 90s, Maurice began serving as a piano and promotional consultant assisting piano dealers, and in early 2001 opened another small piano showroom in Portland with his son Brian under the name Classic Pianos. Soon Maurice was joined by his other sons, Aaron and Taylor. Since that short time, Classic Pianos has grown into the largest and most awarded piano dealership in the U.S., with 7 showrooms throughout North America, including Portland, Seattle, Denver, Albuquerque, Las Vegas, Boston, Anchorage, and now serving all of the Hawaiian Islands. Even though the company has grown nationally, at its heart, it is still a family-owned and operated business with the belief that music can change lives for the better. Maurice has often said, "We deal with dreamers, professional pianists, teachers, beginners of all ages who want choices." Each pianist longs to find the perfect piano that suits their particular taste and preference. Ask what he means by choices, and Maurice explains it this way: "We continue to partner with the best manufacturers and never stop researching to ensure we offer value and quality. We carry pianos ranging from entry-level studio and professional uprights to heirloom models from Börsendorfer, Yamaha, Schimmel, and Estonia, as well as a comprehensive collection of nearly new, like new, and restored Steinways from every era."
To see how Classic Pianos can serve you and your piano needs, visit us at classicpianosportland.com.
Hey!
Hey!
Hi!
It's time to crack an egg.
Easy, any style egg works here.
Or smile.
Well done, this looks great.
Time to share a story.
I have a great way to start our discussion.
With old friends or new ones.
When you're a caregiver.
Time to breathe in.
Inhale up. Good job.
Then let it all out. It's never been easier to connect, learn, and have fun.
Cheers!
So let's do it together. Come find us at aarp.org/near-you.
Hello, my name is Roland Andrews, Vice President of AARP. And on behalf of AARP and our AARP Oregon team, welcome to the 2021 Mount Hood Jazz Festival. As you know, jazz is a uniquely American art form that is deeply rooted in the African American Black tradition, culture, and heritage. But more importantly than any of that, jazz is just food for the soul. It provides a measure of peace, it can provide a measure of comfort, and it can provide overall healing in a time like this when we need it most. So what I want you to do now is just sit back. I want you to relax and just take in those smooth, comfortable, cool, healing sounds of American jazz. So on behalf of the organizers of the Mount Hood Jazz Festival and your good friends and wise defenders at AARP, welcome to the 2021 Mount Hood Jazz Festival. Thank you and enjoy.
Hello and welcome to the 2021 virtual Mount Hood Jazz Festival. My name is Dan Davey. I'm the Director of Jazz Studies here at Mount Hood Community College and the Festival Director for the Mount Hood Jazz Festival. Jazz represents the foundations of this country through improvising and navigating relationships. Grounded in Black and African American culture, this genre has gone on to celebrate and include people from all backgrounds, genders, races, and religions. Jazz is born out of the oppression and racist cruelty that no person deserves, and a level of discrimination that should never have existed. Although we've made progress in the recent past, the work must continue. Jazz is about overcoming injustice and rising above. It serves as the perfect vehicle for education and harmony on social justice issues. We take pride in bringing music of these values to you through live performances, education, and this annual historic festival. We're hopeful that the response of so many Americans will lead to a change that values equity, inclusion, and love for all. The Mount Hood Jazz Festival honors the indigenous people whose traditional and ancestral homelands we stand on this weekend. The Multnomah, the Cathlamet, the Clackamas, Tumwater, Watwalla bands of the Chinook, the Tualatin, Kalapuya, and many other indigenous nations of the Columbia River. It's important to acknowledge the ancestors of this place and to recognize that we are here because of the sacrifices forced upon them. In remembering these communities, we honor their legacy, their lives, and their descendants. We thank PSU's Native Nations in collaboration with local tribe elders for the crafting of this statement. We're able to bring this festival to you free this weekend, thanks to our sponsors. I'd like to recognize AARP Oregon, Clackamas County Bank, City of Gresham, Classic Pianos, Gresham Sanitary Service, Gresham Center for the Arts Foundation, Austin Custom Brass, and Spinella's Restaurant. We have a fantastic performance ahead for you this afternoon. In 1989, legendary trumpeter Doc Severinsen implored Mel Brown to never let this band stop playing. Their extraordinary performance at the 1989 Playboy Jazz Festival was only a hint of things to come. Since then, the band has expanded to a septet, and today they continue to carry the torch of hard bop and post-bop jazz in the Pacific Northwest. The Mel Brown Septet recreates the sound of Art Blakey's Jazz Messengers, segueing from one tune to the next, with an ease that makes the show sound like one continuous piece of music, one of the finest you'll ever hear anywhere. Mel Brown was a drummer for the Temptations for a significant time and did a large amount of work in the Motown scene. He's a deep thread in the fabric of the jazz scene here in the Pacific Northwest, which has earned him the title of Portland's Godfather of Jazz. He is joined by 6 of the finest musicians that the Pacific Northwest has to offer. For the first time sharing the bandstand in over a year, please welcome the Mel Brown Septet.
Well, good afternoon and welcome to Mount Hood Community College. This is the Mel Brown Septet, and we're going to introduce the members of the band for your acknowledgement. On piano, Mr. Gordon Lee. On bass, Mr. Tim Gilson. On alto saxophone, Mr. John Nastos. On trumpet, Mr. Derek Sims. On tenor saxophone, Mr. Renato Caranto. On trombone and euphonium and a little bit of vocalese, my name is Stan Bach. And our boss, one of America's great jazz drummers, Mr. Mel Brown. play for you this afternoon, and we want to thank Dan Davey and Mount Hood Community College for having us. But before we go, we'd like to give you one more time to acknowledge the musicians who've been working so hard for you. On piano, Gordon Lee. On bass, Tim Gilson. On alto saxophone, John Nastos. On trumpet, Derek Sims. On tenor saxophone, Renato Caranto. I've been playing trombone and euphonium. My name is Stan Bach. And our boss, one of America's great jazz drummers, I think you will agree, Mr. Mel Brown. Well, thank you, and we hope to see you again real soon.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Fantastic. The Mel Brown Septet. The pandemic hit a year ago. It closed down our festival just weeks in advance. It did the same to festivals around the globe as well as venues and clubs. Musicians lost a significant portion, if not all, of their income in the blink of an eye. Likely, musicians will be one of the last to regain steady work in these difficult times. They say it takes a village to raise a child, and I believe it takes a community to support the arts. Festivals like this one deepen the expression of our community while bringing work to musicians, education to our students, and inspiration to you. This year's festival is happening because of sponsors and supporters who value the arts and want to see our musicians weather the pandemic. We're grateful for their contributions because it's allowed us to bring these events to you at home for free. If you'd like to make a donation to the festival so that we might continue to provide these opportunities for musicians and elevate the arts in our local community and beyond, the link is below and in the chat. If you'd like a free way to help the festival, just share that link with your family and friends. Music has stayed alive in these times thanks to innovative and creative club owners and entrepreneurs who found unconventional ways to provide live music for their patrons. Safe outdoor events became one answer during nicer weather, but it's my belief that creative minds who stepped up to provide quality live stream performances have literally kept the music moving forward. I've had the chance to work with several companies in the last year in streaming festival events who were wonderful. I'd like to specifically thank and recognize Left Door Streaming, for their incredible work this weekend in producing our festival and for keeping the jazz scene in Portland alive during the pandemic. Thank you. Please follow them on all platforms to view their amazing work. Stay tuned for the final two events on our lineup on day 3 here, as well as an announcement of next year's festival dates. You can visit mhcc.edu/jazzfestival for more information. Thanks so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.